Hello, everybody. Welcome back to That's Not the Right Year. Final Fantasy V 4-Job Fiesta 2023. I'm Alksprit, and I am your host for today. We're doing one of the new formats that has been introduced with the revamping of the Fiesta in the wake of Twitter's demise, the Typhoon Run, which is essentially random jobs, but they're more likely to be the early jobs, which are by and large all pretty good to great. So this should be an easy breezy run, hopefully. We'll see. As you can see, we've started off with the night job class, which is definitely a very nice one to get early. Hello, Hogama. Your name blends in on the screen there. That's okay, though. Maybe I'll desaturate that in the future. Yeah, no problem here. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to get through this. I don't believe I've used Night on a live-streamed run before. I think there was one year where I was like, let me make a party of all the jobs I never get and see how they work together, but other than that, I don't think I've ever used Night. So, well, first off, everybody lost some HP because they're not ready to go here. Oh, I should decide on my leader and color as well. Or no, not my leader. I like having the people in order from top to bottom of how fast they are. So we'll keep it like that. But let me decide my color real quick with the handy dandy bot. Alright, it has given me this. Let's see. Yep, here we go. 0, 6. That's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Awesome. It's nice to have every run a little customized, shall we say. Oh yeah, and everybody, in case you weren't aware, everybody's kitted out in the best stuff they could get. I took care of that off screen. Usually I like to have the file here at Tool after getting the win job, just because that beginning part is always going to be the same regardless, so it just makes it easier for me to get right to the part that's actually interesting. Well, at least a little more interesting, shall we say. And all the story stuff's taken care of, so we already have the key for the gate here. And I'm going to fast forward through plot because we've seen it a million times by now. Okay. If those two guard, we should get through without any problems, just because these fellers always go for the ladies. Because it's still a Japanese game at the end of the day, with all of its warts. For anyone who isn't aware, guard makes it so that you take no damage at all from any physical attack, which can come in handy with some of the other fun things that Knight can do later. But for now, we don't really need to abuse anything like that. So we're going to fight a boss here, which should be as easy as just wailing on it. When we get the ability to two-hand weapons, we're going to really get crazy strong. Let's see. We might as well top off so that an ill-timed sap won't immediately kill. But it probably won't be too long until it dies. Good old Carl Boss. Alright, awesome. Ah, poor Sildra. Maybe we'll see her later. I don't know, though. It's still possible to get Summoner. Let's see. That does heal us. Okay, cool. I don't know if I'll need this, or I don't know if I'll ever use it, honestly, but if nothing else, it's free money, so I'm going to grab the flail. Yeah, 2 hits. Alright, everybody learns cover. Knight has that normally as a passive. If somebody is on critical HP, any attack directed for them, the Knight will take instead. Which can be very nice. Well, physical attacks, not magic. Let's see. When do we get our next level? 30 points? Alright. So it'll still be a bit, but no issue. Should grab everything we can because I always forget to buy enough items. I wish it was a little easier to tell what counts as front row and what doesn't. Shields blocking attacks, which is great as well. The chance isn't too high starting off, but it gets better as we go. Yeah. What about these guys? Do they die in 2 hits as well? Yes, they do. Maybe we'll get an elixir as a rare drop. Hey, nice. Lucky me. Should definitely grab the money from that, because we're going to need to buy lots of stuff. Well, maybe we don't need to buy lots of stuff, but I always like staying up to date. It's just one of my little idiosyncrasies, shall we say. Go over here and grab this. Phoenix down. Hopefully we won't need it, but I'm not going to claim to be an expert. I've just done this enough to basically know what I'm doing without needing to look every little thing up. Still, having a guide is good sometimes as well. Hey, levels. Maybe that'll increase our multiplier. Not entirely sure what the cutoff is on that one. Is this the way we came? No, it's not. I always forget. I don't know why. This place's maze never sticks in my mind. Let's see. You're dead. You hit decently hard. Alright, we're out. We're going to get ourselves a little free heal here. And some drama about cross-dressing men, or women. Cross-dressing overall. I'll make a save for myself there. Shouldn't need to worry too much about like going back to rest up after grabbing other treasures or stuff. The party isn't frail enough to worry about that, thankfully. Plus, we did get that level, so we have a little more HP than before, which will help as well. Oops. Oh. Too bad I don't need that dagger right now. I should have sold stuff off screen as well. Forgot about that part. Grab the world map, just because. Nice block, Galuf. You're our rock, being the Earth Elemental guy, so keep it up. Phoenix down, obviously the most valuable part of that little set. Did this encounter give me 1 job point or 2? I think it's only the ones with 4 enemies around here that give 2. Technically, it would be more efficient to just be fighting the 1 skeleton if I only cared about JP. Or ABP, I guess. Oh no, that does give 2. Awesome. And we could get Ninja. It's probably fairly unlikely, though. Let's see. Let's let ourselves get into 1 more encounter. Now, we could probably have enough potions to top ourselves off before the boss fight at the end here. Which, again, shouldn't be that big of a deal, but we'll see. Damn. Let's see. 1 for you, 1 for you, and 1 for you. It ain't COD. Mommy! Daddy! Granddaddy! Slap, slap. Oh, that's about the worst thing you could have done to start. Siren battles are always interesting because she has so many random things she can do. That also is no good. Now we're all doing half. I don't even know if she can do shell. Alright. It's becoming undead. Boosts her physical defense, so if we want to get anything out of her now, we'll have to use potions to deal our damage. Which is fine. They're cheap enough. I feel like that form switch might have cleared her buffs, though, so that's helpful at least. Ow. Well, you die on 1 more of those, so we might as well top you off. Oh, poor Lena. Always getting poisoned. Yeah. Hitting a little harder than I thought she might. Interesting. You gonna switch back? No. Actually, I'm gonna wait for you to switch back. Okay. Let's see if she still has Protect. She doesn't! So that's the nice thing about the buffs she can cast on herself in this battle. That's not so bad, since it's only 1 of us. And she was that close anyway. We get bronze armor for our trouble, which is an upgrade that I think we're going to be getting more of later. I believe Lena is the frailest of us all. Yep, so you get it. I don't really care about weight at the moment. Can't do much to mitigate it anyway. That's just kind of how knights are, you know? You guys needle? Yeah, you guys needle. Might not really be worth it, but I guess they don't needle every single time, so... We're gonna make our way over to next town, buy some stuff. How close are we to our next job level? 10 fights. Okay, so we'll We'll hit it before we're done with the next dungeon, most likely. I hear in the Pixel Remaster you can run on the overworld, like, with the B button, which I'm totally for. Maybe even move diagonally as well. One of these days I gotta get it and just try it out. Or it's getting levels before the rest of us. Well, we might as well do another fight to get everybody else the level so we can have more HP when we rest up at the inn, inevitably. Hey, Praetor. Good to see you as always on these lovely Sundays. Ooh, they're that close, huh? Awesome. Oh, inn's up here. You'd think I'd know this by now. Here we go. I'm not going to worry about pianos till we know we need them. There's an antidote there. Down hidden over here is a frost rod, which I don't know if we'll be able to use. We might as well pick it up. If nothing else, it's sellable. So let's see here. Do we have weapon upgrades? We do. We might as well. That's the most important part. Let's see. Shields are also important. Let's see. Can't get that much more of these, but there's stuff we can sell. I guess I'll keep the knife just in case I need to do like super low damage. We can get rid of the daggers though. The old leather armor we don't need. So let's get 3 of these. Let's put stuff on, then sell the remainders. We should be able to get bronze helmets. Oh, just short. Okay. Oh yeah, but the broadswords. Forgot about that. We only need 3 because we're going to get a free helmet that's better than that in the next dungeon. We're all so heavy. I think Galuf needs it the least, but we'll pass it down later. Alright. So that about does it for our preparations. I'll be sad if we need to end up buying magic after the fact, but we'll do our best. Alright. So we didn't talk to anybody in town, but I know that I need to go to the mountain next. Oh, much better, offense-wise. Honestly, that's more of an upgrade than I remembered. It's not often you actually get to use those long swords. These guys will probably still take 2, since they're big and fat. Yes. If you aren't aware of the rules of the Fiesta, the way that it works is that for every crystal, which gives me jobs in the game, I get 1 job, and I need to be using that job at all times, which means at the beginning of the game, everybody is the same job. Then when I get the next crystal, at least 1 of each job should be present, but there can be duplicates of whatever as many. Then by the time we get to the end, we'll have each person in their own job, and it'll be stuck that way, basically. So you can see up in the top right there, I have the jobs being represented. The ones I don't know about are question marks at the moment. Oh, that counts as the front row for the rock slug. That's good to know. Now, I honestly forget if two-handed for Knight is the next job level or if it's the one after. I know it's fairly early, all things considered, which makes it pretty good get. It's also funny that they can't do it at base, but I guess that would be probably a little too strong, huh? Ooh, preemptive strike. The Gallicats do have some evasion, like I just demonstrated there, but we've been getting pretty lucky with that so far. Okay, no, we get guard at level 2. Okay. How much for the next one? 50? Alright. We'll probably be strong enough, though. Alright, avoid these flowers. They'll poison your entire party. Okay, well, it's just the one. I get random jobs, so the website will determine my jobs when we get to that point. I should be reaching all 4 crystals before the stream ends. If not, then we'll get pretty close. We didn't really take much damage here, so I think we're good. Yes, very good, very good. Oh, there's the helmet I was talking about. But first we have to defeat this boss. I want to say 3 hits is what we want. I could be wrong, though. Nope, I was wrong. It was a little too much. That's okay. I'm still going to focus on trying to take her out for... Well, maybe not, honestly, with that little damage. Maybe it'd be better to just take Von Forza first. We probably won't die that easily. Alright, that shouldn't be that big a deal. And cracking triple digits this early doesn't really happen for any other job class except maybe Monk, but even then, Monk would probably only be getting that with both of its hits combined. And then Monk falls off, unfortunately. So if you're quick with your attacks, you can kill Magissa before she summons Forza, but it's at an HP threshold, so I just managed to pass it with how strong I was. And she was that close, too. Okay, so we need to put that back, give you the bronze helm, and give you the mithril helm, because you need it more. Not going to bother curing the poison since we're out of here. And we can just cure it at the next place. Alright, so we're going to have a new dragon friend to fly around with. Hooray. So first things first, we need to backtrack to the castle to get a bunch of free treasure. Yeah, they're pretty cool. So yeah. Comes the early potential revelation that Ferris and Lena are related. I mean, they do have the same hair color, so that's kind of how you know, huh? So they got lots of good restorative items around here, along with a couple of interesting gets that may be useful depending on what jobs we get. I don't know. A decent enough amount, I guess, if it's passing down through the genes and such. Oh no, not that way. This way. Yep. That's just their bed. Nice and ready-made. One of these days I'll remember where everything is. Maybe if I played this more than once a year. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from doing more runs. It's just, you know. Nothing in there, huh? Interesting. Thought there was. Well, I think that's most of it. Now we just need to go to the actual treasure room. It's over here off to the side from the main entrance. Push the button. So that's a healing staff that the Chancellor gave us, which is very good if you have a class that can use it. You can hit your own guys and heal them for free. We also picked up Katana that a Samurai could use. Unfortunately, Samurai is obtained very late in the game, so it's not useful at the moment unless you want to go back to being a freelancer that can use anything. And a bell weapon for Geomancers, and the shuriken that a ninja could throw. But yeah, we're all healed up and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and fly back, and then we're going to go across the canal to Waltz, right here. Where we can get even more stuff for our friends here. Yeah, they sell even better stuff over here. I just barely don't have enough for the shields there. I could sell the whip, but I could potentially have a use for it later, so I probably won't. The diamond bell I could probably sell, though. It's not going to be that useful even if I do get a Geomancer. Let's see. There's no new weapons here, though, are there? I would kind of imagine it's maybe a little too early for that. Yeah, no, there's no weapon upgrades. Good to know. I just think the shield is the most important thing to grab. I could also get Kenpo G's instead of armor to make myself a little faster. But I won't worry about that too much. I just want the higher block rate on everybody. It's up to 20% now, so that's cool. I'm going to also head onto this house to find a secret treasure over here, I think. Silver specks. It's an accessory that prevents blind status, so we'll just throw it on somebody. Better than nothing. We're going to fill that other empty slot in just a moment with the power of quick save abusing, my favorite, and one of the big reasons to play the GBA version of Final Fantasy V over the others. Let's go down. Oh, this is the way to Shiva, which maybe we'll be able to use, maybe not. Yeah, I can feel that. If you're a European, you probably missed out on quite a few things, but I think it's better for y'all now, which is nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, a little too early. So basically, there's an enemy here that will kill us very quickly. So what we're going to do is quick save, continue, and we can move without getting into that encounter. And just do that a few times. It also influences the encounter rate. So you can use it to farm rare encounters. Over here is the Elven Mantle, which gives you a additional 25% chance to dodge a physical attack, in addition to just making you a little faster overall. So it's one of the better accessories to have early, and it's great to get that way. If you were doing a normal run of this game, the intended method to get through this hallway to get the Elven Mantles to have a thief that can use Flee to get away from the monster down here much faster. Or guaranteed, because otherwise, if you try to run normally, it would take forever, and you'd die before you could even have a chance. I feel like it always takes two. Maybe I'll push my luck. Hey, made it. So yeah, we'll be getting more Elven Mantles later, and I'll be slowly replacing the other worse defense-only accessories. I don't believe there's anything else for us over there. So yeah. I'm going to talk to the king, a meteor's going to fall, and they're going to go investigate the tower. And we're going to go fall them, because we're the competent ones. Alright, everybody's all set and ready to go. Might as well fly. The meteor isn't important at the moment, but it will be later. Those guys are dead, don't worry. Same with him. Maiden's Kiss. Oh right, we can get up there. There's some interesting encounters around here. Some rare drops that could be useful depending on the class you're playing. We were that shy of a level, huh? But do I need to talk to you? No. Oh, it's down here. That's why. That's why. See over here, Silk Robe. That's only for magic users, so I cannot put it to use at the moment. I don't know what Pause the Soul means. Piece of the soul, maybe? If I'm just guessing. Levels for everybody. Hooray. See, I'm not entirely sure. We could try to farm. Well, is that a drop or is that a steal? I think it's maybe only a steal, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, so never mind what I was about to say. It's not important. These guys are the ones I was thinking of looting, but no, I think we're good. More potions? I guess we kind of need them. I haven't been bothering to buy stuff. Nothing there. We want to take the left path first. Grab a silver armlet, which is a slightly better defense upgrade. But only a person that doesn't wear heavy armor can wear it for whatever reason. Or a magic caster, I guess, as well. Ether over there. Oh, there's the crystal. So we are about to get our next job after we beat this boss. But we should make sure we're at least not that low on HP before beginning this one. We should be okay, but we'll play it safe. So yeah, this normally peaceful monster is going to attack us because of brainwashing. So as we attack this guy, eventually he'll get into a phase where he starts countering. Not yet, though. Alright. He's begun. I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, nope, you're not the one. Maybe I should have passed. Try and keep the people with lower HP using guard so that they don't completely die. We'll have everyone guard for a second here. That sap is brutal at these low levels. The slow HP drain that you see. And I'm pretty sure that even if we guarded, that would probably still get through. So yeah, let's top some people off here. Especially you, Ferris. Jeez. Taking all the punishment today. Okay. We'll have everyone guard except for one, and see if maybe we can scam some free blocks and 0 damages. Nope. Never mind, I guess. Well, there is one thing we can do with this, actually. One of the knight's passive abilities, like I mentioned earlier, is that they will cover somebody in danger. So if they're guarding, then we're basically invincible. Since Garula doesn't have any magic attacks it uses unless you try to turn it into a toad. Looks like the sap does indeed get through, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Alright, as long as we have one person guarding, Ferris is fine, so we want to try and keep the rest of us out of critical range, or we'll start just going mad here, but we're quickly running out of items here. Yep, keep it up. Alright. Nice. Blocking that will prevent the sap. And I won't be a sap this time. Alright, got him. Easy. It would be even easier if I had bought more potions, but no such luck. Alright, let me log into my thing while cutscene is happening. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Let's see if I have that one handy. Alright, I do. Oh, nope, that's black, not blue. Okay. Blue L. Sorry, it's a little annoying to sometimes do this live, as I'm sure our good friend Jeffrey can attest to with editing his team in the Nuzlocke and such. Alright, I'll reveal it in a sec. Although, I did say it a little early. Unfortunately, what we've unlocked is not one of these job classes, which are all mostly really good. And we can't get that crystal. Oh no. What a shame. There we go. All set. We've unlocked Blue Mage, one of the best job classes in the game, actually. Alright. This is our nearly dead sea dragon from earlier, who's going to save our lives and then die again. Awesome. Well then, we have a little bit of cleanup to do now that we have Blue Mage. I have to remember where everything is, because If you're familiar with Final Fantasy, you know that Blue Mage uses the magic that monsters use, so we need to find the correct monsters and learn it from them. So, yeah, let's get back to Waltz, and let's switch somebody. Well, actually, let's switch as many people as possible to make the learning process as painless as possible. And if we can get the learning passive on more people, that would also help. Yeah, I think you can die, or maybe not. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. Let's see. Let's see. You're gonna be blue guard. They can use swords, but they're not very physically strong, so it's not the best way to do that. I guess we'll make Lena one as well, since she's the water rep. And how about we keep Bart's up as the knight, since he's the primary guy protecting everybody else. Okay, so that's the party. We still want to get two-handed as much as possible because, strong as Blue Mage is, it isn't a strong offensive force until much later. Right now, it's just good at supporting, but it can do all right in a pinch. So we don't need to buy spells right now, but what we do need to do is get armor that they can use. So let's get a couple of these. We could get cotton robes, but I think I'm more concerned with having better defense and going quickly than I am with maybe having a little more magic defense. Blue mages can use both equally well, so that's good. Let's see. Look out for magnets. Oh. They can use shields as well, which is a nice bonus. And they can use rods as well. Rods would boost an elemental damage of the thing that they have on. But the other important thing they can do is be broken to cast a very strong spell of that type, which is something we may need to abuse. We got to save this frost rod for later, for sure. So we need helmets for everybody. Well, at least we can put the silver armor and silk robe to use. Let's see. Elven Mantle tends to get thrown away because it has no physical defense, so when you're optimizing, they don't like to use it even though it's way better than everything else. So yeah, we need this. You could put on the Mithril Helm, probably better than the Iron Helm. And we were going to give everybody Kenpo Gi. Let's see. Yeah, it does boost strength. I think the Silk Robe is better, though, in that case. We can put this on Bart's as well, then. That's no problem. Definitely cuts down weight, so he'll move a lot faster. And it does boost strength a little, too, which is not a bad thing. Okay, so I don't believe we have any helmets here that they can use, unfortunately. And we can't buy other elemental rods until later. Not that they have any spells of the primary three elements that we could boost anyway for the moment, but eventually. So let's go back to this town. They'll probably have some kind of helmet we can use. Bronze? No? We have to go all the way back to the starter town? That's fine as well. I never had to do quite this much management after getting my water job, I will say. It's interesting. Alright, starter town, what do you got? Surely you have something that anybody can use, being the starter town. Let's see. Ah, leather caps. I probably sold these earlier. Better than nothing. Alright. I'm going to pull up Enki-Bot so I know where all the important blue spells are. I could look up another guide maybe, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything importante. Where is it? Where's the link? Oh yeah, it's like Enkibot Prime dot Heroku something, right? Oh, probably in the pins? No? Oh, there it is. Yeah, HerokuApp.com. This is a website that you can use to input your jobs and get specific advice for them. So I'm going to put Blue Mage in. Not super going to worry about Knight right now, but I'll throw it in anyway, I guess. Submit query. So, yeah. We need to get 3 spells, potentially. So let's start with that. Let me get the stream set up back. And let's actually use the inn, too, since we are still hurting from Garula there. I'm sure you're fine. Alright. So we need to get into the first dungeon here. One that I actually didn't do because it's part of the jobless lead-up that I don't feel the need to repeat every time I play this game. So let's just run around in here for a bit until we get into battle with these guys, Steel Bats. We're in the back row, so that helps us not take damage. Helps us not deal much damage either, but... Let's see, is this weak enough to... Nah, it still kills it. Alright. That's why I kept that knife. Oh, still strong. Too strong. Wow, okay. We need to hurt those guys so they'll use their spell, because they're not going to use it when they're not at full HP. Oh, we only need one of them. Let's see. There's probably a way to do this. Would the rod be weak enough? I don't know, actually. Well, I should put you in the back row first. Physically attacking with rods is kind of a crapshoot. Oh no, it's a little stronger. I think maybe it's back row safe. You don't typically see that too often. You guys can go away. This is a really important spell to get to, so it's kind of annoying that it's going to be this hard. Okay, we do have... This guy is in its own back row, so maybe we can deal low enough damage that way. Is that... Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. Let's just hope that it uses it on a blue mage. We have to give it a wait and see approach here. I'm not killing the other steel bat, so it stays in the back row. There it is, vampire. I guess we didn't need to hurt them after all, because both of them used it. So what vampire is it's a spell that deals the amount of HP you're missing in damage and heals it back to you. Some disadvantages of it is that it's not 100% accurate, but otherwise it can be used to really keep you topped off mostly and deal some pretty good damage in the process. That's kind of bread and butter. It's supposed to only do half your missing HP instead of all of it, but due to a glitch it doesn't, so we're going to take advantage of that as much as possible. Next, we want to go here to the Wind Temple, or Wind Shrine rather, which is another place that has a couple of spells we want, actually. There's one of them, Goblin Punch. Let's see if we can run into the other guy we need down here, or if we have to wait. Not this one. Hey, we're getting ability points while doing this, so that's not bad. Yeah, only one person needs to get hit, and then everybody shares the loot table, as it were. Okay, there's the guy we want, Moldwind. I believe we need to get it alone before it will use this attack, so let's do that. Oh, that guy's weak to ice, I guess. I guess it's a lizard, so that kind of makes sense. There it is, Arrow, which he did not use on a blue mage, so let's let him do it again. Or not. Ran out of MP, that's fine. We'll do it again. All the blue mages are getting job levels. Check is just a enemy scan. It's not that extraordinary. I think making it so that you, I guess kind of like Final Fantasy VII where enemy skill was independent, but you could switch that around to different people, so kind of the same deal. And there's, other games where blue magic is only for one person. I think that this is the best way to do it, though. Like, any less forgiving, and it would be pretty annoying. You can heal up for full right there, which is nice, for free. So what Arrow is, it's a very basic magic spell. It does wind damage. It's good for the blue mages having something they can actually do that isn't a physical attack that's bad. Wow, I didn't realize you could get so many leather shoes over here. Maybe I should farm those in my future prep files. Kinda lucky, I guess. The Moldwind must be the rare encounter. If that's the case, then why don't we abuse quick save again? When you abuse quick save like this, encounter tables are set so that the second encounter you get into after you reload is always the rarest encounter. There we go. All right, now hit the right person. Any day now. Was that Bart's again? It was, wasn't it? Oh, goodness gracious. Well, at least it's money, I guess. Jesus! Oh, what if I move you over there? Will that help? He's gonna die, actually. Hold on. I don't know why you're making that joke, Praetor, but I appreciate it anyway. Yeah, sometimes that rod just doesn't do anything. I don't know why. Okay, it hit that position again. I guess that position is really special. Hooray, we have Arrow. Well, actually, you're the slowest, so you should stay at the bottom anyway. That's the way I like it. Okay, what else do we have to learn? We don't need Flash yet. We'll get it normally later. We want to get Pond's Chorus next. Okay, so that's in the secret area at the castle, Waltz Castle, down here. And then we can move on with our plot here. Not the basement, but there's a thing that we can do. Let's see. Just making sure Yeah, okay. This is another one where we have to get them alone in order to learn it. Okay, so let's just hang out here for a bit. Hey, you guys can actually do something. How about you? Do you do well against these guys? Well, let's wait for you to hit first. Yep, you need a little more help. That's okay. Okay, so once it's alone, it should use Pond's Chorus. Ideally. Oh, it looks like we dodged it, so let's... Okay, that hit Galuf. We're good. So that's a very simple spell. It makes people into toads. Black mages can do that too, but they have to wait a little longer. We'll see if that ends up being useful for us later. It actually does work on Garula, but it's a little harder to use. Okay, so now that everybody has all their stuff, can I? Okay, I can still change your job while you're like this. I want to make more people back into knights because I want as many people to learn two-handed as quickly as possible, because not only does it let you do more damage by two-handing a weapon, but it also transfers a bit of the knight's strength stats to other classes, so it would let a blue mage, for example, do a lot more physical damage if it needed to. There's actually a surprising amount of ways to make bosses keel over in this game, and blue mage is capable of a lot of that actually, so we'll probably see more of it. Alright, so how's everybody's stuff? Pretty appropriate, except, well, you should have the silver armlet, and somebody else should have the elven mantle. Alright, that should do. How's everybody's agility? Actually, the agility of knights and blue mages are pretty comparable, so looks like we have no real adjustments to make. So let's rest up and continue our plots. In order to continue, we need to go over here to the meteor. Yeah, imagine that. So this meteor teleports us to another part of the world that the dragon cannot reach because the mountains are too high. And we should fight everything we run into on the way, because that way we can get lots of goodies. Especially when it comes to... Oh yeah, those guys are weak to ice, so that actually works out. I was just going to have her use arrow, but I guess this works too. If it rolls decently, anyway. This is one of the best encounters you can get in the forest. It's basically guaranteed to work. You get these guys who are fairly easy to kill. Maybe not with a multi-targeted arrow. I was just seeing. A single-targeted one should do enough, though. Oh, I guess not. But those guys drop a lot of money, which is really important because we're going to need to spend a lot of money pretty quickly. Lena is going first most of the time here, so maybe we should put her up front. Those guys always drop turtle shells, which are useful for the chemist job class, but we're not going to be getting that probably for a while. Alright. These guys also have a blue magic spell they can use. It's just called 4 question marks. It deals damage equal to their missing HP. Basically the same as Vampire, but it doesn't heal you. So, if we're lucky, we'll get it. If not, it's not the end of the world. Alright, there we go. Bartz has two-handed now, so we'll just slap it on. We don't get our shield anymore, but killing enemies twice as fast is more than worth the trade-off. Especially with these guys. Let's use Vampire since we're missing quite a bit of HP. Might as well. So yeah, it basically is like slightly more than double the attack, depending on your formula. Oh, yeah, I didn't explain Goblin Punch. It's basically a physical attack. It does like a lot more damage if your level is the same as the enemy's. So yeah, let's get another one of these battles in. Just gotta switch our row because of the back attack, which is really annoying. Alright, and here we are at Carwin. So in order to progress the plot, we need to try and buy something. And I'm going to try and buy the Mithril Sword, because that's going to be the most powerful for us coming up. All those items were on deep discount, but they won't be after this plot point. But thankfully, we do get to keep the item we tried to buy. In the old mobile version of the game, before the Pixel remaster, you could grab 99 of something in that menu before you got caught, and then sell it back for tidy profit. Yeah, this place is on fire. It's okay. Don't worry. We're gonna fix it. It's all good. We can't get any of the treasure there until the fire's gone, unfortunately. Well, we might as well put that Mithril Sword on you now, since you're the one two-handing. So yeah, basically what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grind it out until everybody has two-handed before moving on. Just so we can make the next part of the game much easier. We'll get more money in the meantime. We'll be fighting the Wild Nax, basically. But let's see what we can buy in the meantime. Let's see. We can get more Mithril Swords, so that'll be good. We also get the other types of rods here. If you want to just buy them and break them on every encounter, you can do that. I try to avoid it if I can, but sometimes you just can't help yourself. Depends on how hard things get. So we already have the Mithril Helm from before, Mithril Armor. Mithril Gloves are good for defense. But we already have the Elven Mantle, so let's not get too many of those. We'll probably keep the Kenpo Gi for now, just because it's not that bad, comparatively. You could use a plumed hat, and we'll get a couple more Mithril Helms. And that should be good for us, since we're going to forego shields for a while. So, you're going to put on that. You're going to put on that. Oh, we are missing one Kenpo Gi, looks like. I'm not going to walk all the way back for that, though. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So yeah, that really weighs you down. But it's okay. Everybody has Mithril Helms. We should get them their actual better weapons as well, just to do that. Well, actually, now that Bart's mastered it, we should actually put you as a knight. and switch you to a blue mage with two-handed. So it's not as high strength as a base knight has, but it's still more than enough to contribute. Yeah, since everybody else can still learn two-handed, we'll keep it up that way probably. We eventually want to get the ability to use blue magic from blue mages onto the knights as well, so that everybody can do everything basically. I honestly think probably just knights and blue mages are probably enough to beat the game on their own, but we'll get more skills at least, so not too worried about that. And then that will allow everybody to be able to just one-shot those wild knacks with their physical attacks. We should get one more mithril sword. Can probably sell these to afford that. And you probably can get better equipment. Yeah. Still got the Elven Mantle on somebody, so we're doing pretty good there. You know what? Yeah, you take the Silk Robe so that everybody else can have Kenpogi. I think that makes a little more sense. Alright. So that sets up everybody. Let's rest up. And we're going to get a lot of money. We don't need it for the equipment, but I'll probably get a bunch of consumables just to stay on the safe side. There's no encounters in the forest other than these guys, which is also very nice. You only get one ability point at a time, but it's totally worth it. Everything else around here is much harder to defeat. And we'll get levels too, albeit somewhat slower. Actually, you have learning. Why don't we put that on instead of check? It'll be more useful. Yeah, it didn't screw up anything. Good, good. Learning lets somebody who's not a blue mage learn a blue spell if they get hit by it, which is nice. It's not the ideal passive you want when fighting a serious fight, but it can sometimes mean the difference. Check for Barts. We can still one-shot these guys, kinda, when we're in the back row there. I'm really curious what we'll get next. If it will be a wind or water job as advertised by the Typhoon run, or if we'll end up lucking into something else. Poor Bartz is getting a bit beat up. That's okay, though. He's ahead of the party anyway, so he deserves it. Alright, 6 more fights for Ferris and Galuf to get two-handed. Hope this isn't too bad. I'm doing my best to speed through it. I definitely think there have been far worse grinds in my time. There we go. Got him. Now you two are going to be blue mages. Again. I think if you wanted to pass on the full strength of the knight, you'd probably have to give them equip swords or whatever their passive is that they get at very high job levels. You guys not... I thought we got mithril helms. Did I forget to buy those? Well, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. Yeah. So we definitely want to learn blue magic for a passive as for knights. So we'll get that decently soon. It's actually not that far off, thankfully. And we have a lot of money, so let's go put it to use. Yeah, I guess I might have just forgotten to get mithril helms. Oh, no, they can't use mithril helms, that's why. So I should get more plumed hats. There we go. Now I have everything. I guess we'll get mithril armor for the knights, and we'll just put the Kenpogis on the other guys, so that we're all balanced in that way. I think that sounds good to me. Elven Mantle for you. Silver Specs for you. Yeah, these are slightly better. Yeah. Lena doesn't have two-handed yet, but she will pretty soon, so I don't really begrudge waiting on that one. Did we get the spell in the process of that? We did. All right, there it is. So that's useful in a way. Mostly I just like filling it out. There's some stuff that's a little annoying to get, though. Maybe we won't do that. Or maybe I'll do it off screen. Alright, we want... Let's see. I think I can cap out on potions. Yeah, it's not even that much. We definitely want eye drops for the dungeon coming up, because there are a lot of enemies there can inflict blind on us. Or one enemy that shows up fairly commonly. Let's get 20 each of all the other status curing stuff. So we're ready. Maybe just 10 gold needles since they're expensive. And we have enough Phoenix Downs. I'll probably, 15 tenths and we'll get Phoenix Downs with the rest. Alright, think we're ready for the next dungeon. We did rest up? Yes, we did. Next dungeon is this little ship over here. Because of the fire in the castle, we can't get to the fire crystal inside of it, so we need to take basically a back path through the ship here, which is connected to the castle through its engine. It's got nice unique music as well, which I enjoy. Okay. Over here, free mithril glove, just in case we need it later. Yeah, look how much damage we're doing now. I'm doing my best to explain. Alright, those guys are good. Yeah, how is our agility here? Ferris is definitely faster, plus the equip weight probably affects Lena a lot more, so she should probably go down like so, probably. You don't have to do what I'm doing there, it's just another idiosyncrasy of mine. Hey, levels. Maybe I rested up at the end a little too soon. I don't want to go that way yet, I don't think. What about down here? Yeah, this is a dead end. Okay, good job, guys. There you go. Actually, I should let these guys try to blind me, because that is a blue magic spell as well. Apparently... Oh, no, it did work on bards. Okay, cool. Learn Flash. Don't use it in the beach. Oh, let's sort our inventory. Jesus. Alright. So yeah, blinding can come in useful sometimes. Probably not as often as you'd like it to, though. Lots of free elixirs around here, which is great. This is one of those games where using lots of elixirs is not only useful, but honestly recommended. With just how many they give you, you should really just use them if you need them. It's really very good for unlearning that hoarding tendency. Especially early on in World 1, you don't get high potions at all. You only get them much later in the game. So, potions only heal 50, so as useful as they are for like healing out of battle, if you're in an emergency situation in battle, you really can't do much if you don't use elixirs early on anyway. Alright, two-handed for you. Looking very mithril there, ma'am. There's a pretty decent amount of good treasure in this dungeon as well. Yeah. That one blends in a little. Don't forget. See, our offense should be very, very good now. I'm fine with just raw dogging it with physical attacks for now. It's not too bad being a blue mage with arrow, but it's not as good as knights. They're just so beefy. And I'm learning that a little firsthand as well. Okay, so let's go down this hole first. That's just wrong. Let's go down this hole. Over here we have... Actually, that's the end, I believe. But we need to go over here. Open this. Get in here. Get a Moonring Blade. That's a weapon that only thieves and ninjas can use. So, if we get one, great. If not, it's money. Let's do 3. Grab this. Thief's Gloves. Same deal. Thief's Gloves make it easier for a thief to steal, like just higher chances. So if you have one, definitely basically never take it off of them until you get something way better later on. Alright, now we're going to take the very last one here. Go down here, through the pipes. Dee dee. So we get there a green beret, which is a better piece of headgear for light armored characters like blue mages and other various characters. If you have a thief, they're eating good here. Like all that stuff I just picked up can basically replace their entire equipment sets. Thief's Gloves aren't only good for their unique effect, they're also good for like boosting their stats a bit. Alright, it's the second one I want. Now, if you're fighting guys around here, you want to not defeat the defeater last because they spawn additional enemies that are just there to waste your time after if they are the last to die. Let's see what the difference is between you. So you deal about 400, about 450. So yeah, like I said, the strength difference between two-handed and being a raw knight is really not that bad. So I'm gonna... how close are we to a level, actually? 750s? Maybe. I haven't really been paying attention to how much experience we've been getting so far. I'll go through this room raw, though. Ooh. This could be interesting. Oh, nice, that counted. Good, good. Oh, about 150 per battle. Alright. So I was considering waiting on using a tent because I could just maybe grind out that last level first. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Oops. Well, you get to see it. Motor traps. Thankfully, we can still one-shot them. But they don't really give that much more of a reward, basically. So that's why I try to avoid them. But in a situation like that, well, there's not much you can do. The one annoying thing about auto-targeting after killing someone is that they'll often auto-target to the back row, which means they won't be able to do their full damage. And you want to be able to do your full damage because that way you can actually one-shot things instead of two-shotting them. I have a feeling the boss is not going to be much of a problem with this party. Oh, screw you, Bartz, for getting your level early. Just because you were at the beginning of the game and you fought some monsters by yourself before you got the rest of your party. Alright. We all have our higher HP now. Let's use the tent to get everybody back to full. You might have noticed I picked up a cottage during our journey here. A tent only heals 1000 HP and 100 MP, but a cottage is a full heal. I'm just gonna run. I don't need to fight you guys. Our goal has been accomplished. I want to conserve as much HP as possible anyway. Because this boss does hurt quite a bit hard. But we'll do our best. So the queen is here lavishing in the engine's glow, but it turns out she's also brainwashed. But instead of fighting her herself, she sends this guy at us. So I'm actually going to let Lena do the attacks because she does the most damage. And this guy has a form-changing gimmick every time it gets hit. It sucks that we didn't hit it the first time because every time it changes forms, in that form, it goes to counter with that attack. So instead of guarding, let's use potions here. Lena took slightly more damage than everyone else because she isn't equipped for magic damage. This one, I think, just does, Fire, which could kill, and it did. Awesome. The tornado is the least dangerous form. Basically it's a healing form. Now, if you have ice magic, this fight is a lot simpler. See, it uses fire on itself to heal. So we want to keep you above 300 for that part, if at all possible. And the forms it goes into is basically random, so there's no influencing that. You know what? We're letting it heal too much, so let's just hit it. So you have this magnet, which pulls a back row person into the front row. But we're all in the front row already, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Let's get you potentially to livable HP before attacking. I hit Bartz anyway. That still wasn't good enough. Try to keep everyone alive so we can all benefit from the ability points. This isn't an elixir situation, though. As hard as this guy can be, we're still at low enough levels where potions are fine. I just wish I wouldn't keep missing. Okay, since we're all that low anyway, I'm just gonna hit it before it does anything worse. No point in healing up if we're just gonna die from that anyway. We can hit this guy at our leisure, probably ASAP. The paralysis wore off pretty quickly, so that's good. Oh, I should have used the freaking vampire. I'll do it now, I guess. Well, nope, I'll do it next turn. Get you back up first. Throw another potion at you, and then we'll have Bartz do vampire. Hopefully it doesn't miss. Here we go. Something. When we do eventually kill this guy, he won't do a counterattack to that, at least, so... We'll try and get the blow here with Lena again. Hey, ran out of MP. Good. I don't know if that transfers to these forms, though. Not entirely sure on that one. Yeah. Why don't you do that as well? Hey! Everybody gets rewards. You get a flame scroll, that's a ninja thing. The thing he drops depends on what form you kill him in. Ooh, we got an interesting one for the fire crystal coming up. Let me make sure I'm not leaving this too weird. Yeah, don't worry about the plot of this game too much. It's very... How do I say this? Very Saturday morning. It's the werewolf. Who apparently knows who Galuf is. Oh, Galuf is amnesiac, which I may have neglected to mention. So it looks like the brainwashing moved on to someone else who's going to overflow the machine here to destroy the crystal by force. And it worked! Too bad for that. There's crystal shards, but we can't reach them from here. And now we have a time limit to run away from the castle before it explodes. But first, let's backtrack to get a free heal. We need it. So yeah, basically it's a race to grab all the treasure before you're obliterated. Thankfully, with our high offense as Knights and Blue Mages two-handing nonsense, we'll have no problem grabbing everything. There is one Blue Mage spell it would be nice to grab while we're here. I don't remember exactly how one triggers it. Oh, there is one over here. Also some random encounters around here for fun. This guy's 2 ability points for just one guy, so that's really nice. These guys... they do arrow as a counter, but I believe they use Aurora, the level 2 version, randomly as well. So let's see if we can get it. I'll wait one more attack, and if not, then we'll wait for the next one. All right. So long. Shuriken there. That's not really useful to us, but I don't have the layout memorized, and I like getting everything anyway, just because it is more experience for us in the long run, and that's never a bad thing. Lots of ability points, too. The ribbon, unfortunately, is a little limited in this game because only the Dancer job class can use it, or someone with the Equip Ribbons passive. But it's about as good as you think it is. Slightly worse. It doesn't protect against absolutely every status effect, but it does enough of them. And it has good passive stat boosts on it as well. If we don't get Aurora, it's not the end of the world, just because we're so powerful anyway. So yeah, this is where we get lots of the elixirs that we're looking for. I was thinking about countering, but he decided not to. Let's give it a couple more actions here. Oh, there's the Elven Mantle in action. Little unique animation for that. Okay, if you're going to hit me that many times, I'll use Vampire to kill you instead. Looks like it wasn't quite enough. So we're going to loop around to the other side. Oh boy. Might as well. I'll let him attack one more time. Oh, there it is. Era. Okay, good. And he hit a blue mage. Lovely. Now we don't need to worry about it. Oh, I probably said Aurora before. That's the level 3 version. I'm going to have you use Vampire instead of attacking, just because you could use it. And those guys are frail enough that doesn't matter what we hit them with. Yeah, Vampire is just so good. Now we'll do a little roof trip. We have some time-wasting staircases to get through, but the treasure at the end of these on either side is very good. Right now we don't have to wait for that guy to potentially get us out. Oh, confuse. Kind of surprised. Oh, come on. Well, it ran, so that works for me as well. That's a main gouge. I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't double hand a knife, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would be really good. The main gouge, like the Elven Mantle, also adds a chance to dodge attacks when using it. I don't know why these official sergeants are attacking us. Okay, bye. Maybe it would have been more efficient to do this roof one first, but again, I don't foresee us running out of time. There we go. Oh man, that takes me back. Saving the animals, everyone's favorite. Yeah, you. Elven Mantle does boost your magic a little bit, so if I was using something that actually relied on my own magic power, that might be useful, but I'm not. Down here. Single dog. Single dog seeking RPG party to defeat. Must be wearing all blue. We get the Esuna spell, which would be nice if we had a white mage, but we don't. Alright, this time, let's see if we can kill the sergeant before he runs when he's outnumbered. There we go. There we get more experience for that. And here's our last trap. Another thing we probably won't need. There we go. We got blue magic inherited on a couple people there. Yeah. Let's see. You better bring it. And we have a good chance of getting a certain thing that we want here. Now, as long as it doesn't hit Lena with his blue magic that we want, then we'll be good. There it is. Deathclaw. Now you die. Yeah, kinda. Oh, I'm lucky we didn't dodge it the first time. Easy enough. Deathclaw is really good. As you see, it paralyzes someone and sets them to single-digit HP. And it works on a surprising amount of things. Now the castle's going to blow, and we're going to get our new job class. But it won't be any of the ones that we actually get from the job class list here. In some ways unfortunate, but in other ways very fortunate. Beastmaster, nope. Geomancer, no thank you. And Ninja, sadly no. Instead, we have Mystic Knights. Which means we're going to need to spend a lot of money all of a sudden. Hooray. So let's see. Basically, what a Mystic Knight is instead of just raw dogging it with raw physical damage, it uses spells to enchant its blade and attack it with spell effects. This can include giving your attacks elements like fire, lightning, and ice, or it can make your attacks deal status ailments to guys, which can come in handy when some of those status ailments include instant death and such. The other nice thing about the Mystic Knight status ailments is that they will always work, no matter how much resistance the enemy has to being inflicted with it. If they're immune, it won't work, but if they have like a 99% chance to dodge it, it will work on them anyway, which is really nice. So, we're probably going to stick with this as we go here. Let's put Lena on blue magic so she can learn blue like everybody else has at this point. Give her two-handed. And, well, since you're here, Praetor, just decide. It doesn't really matter which one of these three gets to be a Mystic Knight. And which one of them gets to be an actual knight as well, since we got to keep one of those. Alright, Bartz can go back to knight, no problem. There it is. It's the first one, of course. Galif will be Mystic. Okay. No problemo. Let's see. Mystic Knights come with a, where are they? A fancy turban, which is very nice. We're still going to two-hand. It is the safest way. And they get to wear the heavy armor that normal knights do, so that's also very nice. So we're basically going to be doing the same stuff as before, but we'll be able to do it slightly more efficiently. It may not be a bad idea to have multiple people be Mystic Knights, honestly. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll make Ferris a Mystic Knight as well. Just for variety's sake, and also because I don't have anything else I want to learn on Blue Mage other than Blue. So once we have that on everybody, we'll be able to switch it in and out as we need. You've got mostly everything you need. Or you ended up wanting those 2 mithril gloves anyway. So everybody else should have... we have 3. Well, let's see. We'll put the other Elven Mantle on the Knight. Let's see. We have enough Mithril Helms and other stuff for everybody. You should have the Kenpo Gi. Okay. And now, we have some business to take care of. Mystic Knights use the spell lists of mostly black mages, a little bit of white magic as well, so in order to actually put their spell blades to use, we need to actually know those spells. So, in order to learn spells, we need to buy them, except for some that we learn on our own. So, they have most of the old spells here, which is nice, so we'll grab one of everything for black magic. And let's see what we're missing. Yeah, we're missing one in the middle here. I don't know if that's black magic. No, I don't think it... I think it's a white spell, actually. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's Confuse, or... No, it's Silence. It's Silence. I remember. I remember. That should be everything we can use for right now. Yeah, there we go. And we won't be able to use the 4th tier until we get much later in the game. But for now, this will be a good starter set. There's really no reason to use Fire Blizzard or Thunder when we have Fire Blizzard and Thundara, but we have these status ailments to use. Mostly Sleep and Silence. Poison's not going to really be that useful. And we rested up, so we're good there. Alright. So yeah, we're going to get Lena to learn blue magic, and then we'll try to spread out everybody learning spell blades to inherit on others in the case that we need them. Alright, how deep are we in? We're coming up on 2 hours. I think we might be able to reach the end point that I want. We'll see, though. So we have nothing more to do except to go through the newly exploded gate. So that's what we're going to do. At some point, two-handing is going to not be the ideal way to deal damage, but for now. Yeah. they'll be about as strong as the blue mages are, because the amount of strength you get from two-handed is basically fixed. Up this way. Taking those guys out in 2 shots is something you don't often do. I want to grab my guide again just to be on the safe side and make sure I know when I can put Mystic Knight's unique talents to use in the ideal way here. Let's see. We're coming up on the right here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I have an idea of what I'm doing next. Cool, cool. Oh yeah, for sure. The blue mages definitely have very crap stuff here. Okay, well, you know what? Let's have some fun here. You use Blazara's sword, and we'll see how much damage that does to the tortoise there, since we know it's weak to it. That's not bad either. As you can see, it can get very obscene. But we don't need quite that level of obscenity. We want to avoid the desert here. There's a very strong enemy there that maybe we could deal with, but I'd rather not risk for now. Actually, what is our level right now? Because that will be important coming up here. Let's see. Oh, we're all at 16. Ah, that's actually kind of unfortunate. We need to be a multiple of 5 to learn a very particularly useful blue magic spell coming up, but that's okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm right here in the overworld. I can save. Because there is a blue magic spell we can learn from the strong enemy that I mentioned. Ooh, preemptive strike. Let's see. I don't know exactly how much punishment it's going to take. So we'll go all out. Ow! Maybe I should have bought more consumables before I left, actually. Well. Does Deathclaw work? Well, dodged it. It's not 100% accurate, though, so... Okay, there it is. Aqua Breath. How much damage does that do? Enough where we're good. So let's go for the kill. Sorry, Galif. Kind of want to desync our experience anyway, so... that way we can have somebody at level 20 without everybody dying in the future. Here we are. Library of the Ancients. Where we have a free heal. We have another blue spell we can get here that's not the blue spell, so we'll keep it out. We want to... No, there's nothing over there. That's for later. I think I'll remember the enemy that we're looking for when we find it. Oh, right. We go over here. That moves the bookshelf the way we want it to go. Examine this suspicious crack, and move on. Game? Not quite enough. This is the level 5 death guy, I think. Yeah. If I remember my Final Fantasy XIV correctly. So those encounters are kind of annoying because whether they'll die for real is random. They could just pop right back out of the book over and over and over again. So we're getting somewhat lucky. Ooh, another Phoenix down. That'll replace this one. The bosses in here are, by and large, not a problem for our party, which is great. Ooh, it's a bookworm. Eh. He's back. Okay, this is the Moon Flute guy. So let's see if we can get it. Not that it will be very useful to us, but I'm a completionist. There it is. So that makes everyone berserk. Means this guy's gonna die pretty quickly. And even though he used it on us, if we use it, we still berserk ourselves, not the enemy, unfortunately. It could be useful if it actually berserked the enemy. So in here, we have Ifrit. We don't have Summoner, but we gotta kill him anyway. So you're gonna use Silence, and you're gonna use Blazara. And you're gonna heal yourself back up with Vampire. It missed. Cool. There we go. Now we silenced, although that doesn't prevent high kick there. Ugh. The dodge rate on this guy. Let's get you back on Blazara as well. Ha ha. Very good, very good. And he's dead. I probably didn't need to bother with silence, but I wanted to show that it worked. As for Magic Shell, it's a passive that automatically applies Shell to somebody if they are at critical HP, and Shell is magic damage reduction. Not that great, honestly. But as a Mystic Knight, you have it on by default, so nothing you can do about that. How dare you, Bookshelf? Good thing we have Ifrit to put him in line. Nice, nice. Oh boy, preemptive strike. Let's see if we can get Vampire going here. Hooray! Heh, I guess so. That might even be an intentional reference. Not entirely sure though. Alright. Oh, there's a chest up there. That might have been one of these paths I passed up on the way down. I might as well grab it. Basically just spamming A till we win. Nope, that's not right. Okay. Oh, down this way. I don't feel like I get that chest very often. Maybe I just forget it exists on my way down. Ninja Suit is decent. It doesn't boost strength, but it does boost agility, and it has much better defense. It's the same defense as the Mithril armor without the weight, so I might as well put it on my knight. Yep, complicated gameplay. I'll tell you that much. Let's go up this ladder to get that going. There's nothing out here. Over here is a fixed encounter with book monsters, through which we have a save point. And I will go ahead and tent up. And through here is our boss. Now let's see how well this goes. Ooh, preemptive strike. That'll help. Now, being a book monster, he's weak to fire. But if we're lucky, we don't need to get through this raw, but because we have a chance to make Deathclaw work on this guy. And it did. So, goodbye. The Fire of Spellblades were a contingency plan if that missed or whatever. Byblos is actually pretty annoying for a physical party because he likes to counter by casting Protect on himself and then by casting Drain on your party. So he can be very difficult to defeat if you can't exploit his weaknesses. A magic party has less to worry about with Protect. If you have black mages, Fyra will take care of him really easily. If you have blue mages, you have Deathclaw. And if you have white mages, you can probably just outlast them. And maybe even silence him. I'm not entirely sure on that. We'll see. So he's going to see if he can get the fire-powered ship working again. Let's get didn't need to tent up there, I guess, but whatever works. We're just going to go ahead and run through everything as much as possible here. We've seen these guys enough, and since the... Ooh, bees! Bees! They're dead. So we have to go to Karnak and head into the bar, I believe, to find Sid, who was sad about making the machine that made the crystal break. So his grandson Mid is going to give him what for to inspire him. And it works, thankfully. Why don't we buy... Wait. You know, no, I'm not going to buy anything yet because we can get some advantages if we wait. So these guys are going to get the ship running. And while we're waiting, Galuf is going to get a memory because Mid beating up Sid reminds him of his own granddaughter beating him up. It turns out he's one of the legendary warriors who sealed away the great evil from the past. So don't worry about that part. It's fine. All right. So now that we have a ship, we're going to go break it. Oh, great. Back attack. I'm just going to run. Screw that. Whoops. A little too far. These guys are not a problem. There's Galuf's late level now. can check the map with the R button to see where we're going, and we're going straight. Now, apparently earthquakes are common here, and because of that, we're going to lose our ship to a whirlpool. So that's cool. Jerk. Let's see. Here we got a nice mage armor that I might actually put to use. Yeah. The 1 point it will probably not make or break. I know, right? And here they sell stuff for archers and bards. No particular reason why. It's not like we're about to get those job classes or anything. What do they have for magic here? Yeah, no. We're not going to be getting any new magic for a while. The house over there has a thing that would be useful for a bard if we have one, but we don't. So since we can't go anywhere else, let's go here. This guy moves quite a bit, so it's a little actually kind of tricky to catch it at times, but no problem this time. He failed. Apparently, he swallowed some crystal shards from the fire. They're that heavy, I guess. But yeah, here's where we get Bard and Ranger. Huh! Now we don't need that silly ship. We can fly! Unfortunately, flying doesn't help us get any closer to that town. We're just gonna walk. It's fine. These guys counter with bio? I forget. They can, which does hurt quite a bit, but that's okay. We'll probably just run from them going forward, because that's not really worth the risk. Yeah, I love black chocobos flying all over the place. Got some bombs, classic of Final Fantasy. Let's see, this is Jackal. It's a jackal! Probably sure I've made that joke before. I don't need to go get drunk. I need to buy some stuff. Let's see, here at the equipment shop, they have coral swords, which are stronger and lightning elemental, which is very nice for a lot of situations, honestly. I'm going to get a full set. And I'm also going to get a Mage Masher. It can sometimes inflict silence, although with Spellblade we probably don't need it, but I like to get it just for safety's sake. Just in case. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can get more green berets here. Unfortunately, the knights cannot use it. It's pretty good on, you know. Get more ninja suits. So yeah, that's why I think I saved my money there. So yeah, pretty good power boost. We can keep the mithril swords in case we don't want elemental damage, though. Let's see. You want the green beret back on. And we'll get ninja suits on everybody else. Keep the Sage's Surplice on. No problem. Let's sell some old stuff, though, while we're here. We don't need longsword anymore. I'll get rid of the staff and the flail. Old shields. Leather caps, bronze helms, extra mithril glove, silver armlet, bronze armor, silk robe, all these leather shoes. That sells for quite a bit, which is nice. Plumed hats we don't need anymore. We could still get Dancer, so I won't sell that. Same with the Gauche. Kenpo Gi we've graduated from. Probably don't need that anymore. Mithril armor, yeah. And same with Thief / Ninja, so we'll keep the Moonring Blade. We could still get Beastmaster, so I'll keep the Whip. Any staff using class could really benefit from that. Actually, I think Blue Mages can use staves, so if we wanted to, we could put our Blue Mage on healing duty with this. I think. I think so. Oh, no. No, that's wrong. Okay, they can't. Only white mages and red mages, I think. Alright, so we got a decent amount of money from that. So yeah, nothing else really for us here. Let's see, every little bit of power from a new weapon will help us be even better. Seriously? At least those guys don't cast Bio as a normal action. Let's pop into this cave. Alright, thank you for stopping by, Praetor. Appreciate it. These guys are easy enough. They give 2 ability points, which is even nicer. Oh, we're still hurting, actually. Maybe I should tent up before I go in here. I got so many of them, so... Although if we run into trouble, we'll probably be okay. Oh, I should let the bombs explode on me to get self-destruct. I'll try to do that before we are done here. Ow! Oh, right, these guys have crazy evasion. So, we won't worry about that. Let's wait for this to become the only switch around here again. I think it'll be the same one every time. Yeah. I don't know why you can't hit it when you know that that's the right one, but whatever. Yeah, if you have certain attacks, you can deal with those Skull Eaters pretty well, but I don't have any of those, I don't think. Sometimes raw power just isn't enough. There's nothing crazy good in here. Okay, but if it flees, we get 5 ability points for free, which is great. Little squirrels die to anything. They have very little HP. This is a mostly useful place to go to if you have a Beastmaster to get the Blitz Whip, which is, I believe, right here. More potions. Oh, it's up there. Yeah, we're getting there with our Mystic Knights. Oh yeah, Galuf did lose out on a bit of ability points because I let him die that one time. I was like wondering why that happened, but works. There we go. Blitz Whip. Pretty good weapon. Alright, Lena learned blue magic. So everybody has blue magic, so there's really no reason to switch her. They're level 3, but that only gives Spellblade level 2, I think. Yeah, I think I remember learning Spellblade level 2, so... Because they learn Magic Shell first. So, they need to get one more level each. Before they have all the Spellblades that we have at the moment to pass on to the other characters. Why? Well, it doesn't matter. Let's get out of here. Use a tent instead. Now we're all better. Hooray. Okay. Okay, that's too much damage. I don't think they'll try to explode unless they're hurt. Although maybe they would. Well, whether they do or don't, I would want them to deal the least amount of damage, so... I didn't get rid of my swords, did I? No, they're all the way down here. Okay. Oh, that's still strong enough, huh? Interdasting. Alright. Well, we can use some blue magic on them then. Or we could just get rid of two-handed for a bit and have everybody have learning so we won't be in a bad situation. That works as well. You have that as well. Yes, you do. Not you guys. Why don't you era that one? Ow. Alright, we learned self-destruct, so that's good. Let's see. We also want to get Dark Spark. Okay. So let's get our stuff back. You didn't lose it. Probably lost the... Oh no, we didn't lose Elven Mantles because I don't have any extra accessories to optimize over it. Hooray! I knew what I was doing. Let's see. Small island north of Crescent. So like around here, I guess. Can I land anywhere around here? Maybe I need to get our next ship first. Yeah, okay. I can prioritize that first. Oh, I didn't get Magic Hammer. That's okay though. We'll make do probably. I think we won't need it. Yeah, I'll go up here. Just to be absolutely sure we have everything. Excuse me, everything we need. You sell anything different? Oh yeah, these things. I don't need any of those. Okay, get the Toad spell from that. I don't believe that's a spell blade, but it would be funny if it was. Nope, nope, it's not. It is the missing black magic spell though, so that helps. Then there's this. Yeah, well, it'll be, what is the next set? Like, Drain, Bio, and, Break, maybe? Can't wait to abuse Drain. That's going to be really nice. Oh yeah, that's for a Bard song. We don't need that at the moment. We'll learn if we need it after we get the Earth Crystal. So let's work on that. Let's get back to the library. We got to go to the desert to chase the lead that maybe we've seen Lena and Ferris's dad around. Let's see. I don't believe there's anything else we need. Yeah. Oh great, another mithril glove. That's exactly what I need. I wonder what my last job will be. Hopefully it's something cool. Damn it! We took one step. There's no way we can get through this. Alright, this should be easy. You'll be sorry. Yeah, this guy is a fun little encounter because of popping up all the time. And with this and Aqua Breath, that should finish the fight. Aqua Breath does increased damage on enemies that live in the desert, which the Sandworm is. Hopefully we don't run into any ground types that are immune to our electric swords. Nah. Okay, we're not really close to 20 yet. I want to keep an eye on that so I don't miss out on level 5 death for a long time. Spoilers? That's what we're looking for. How am I getting stuck here? Hold on. I have to walk down this way. That's right. I'm sure there's multiple ways to get through here. It's weird that you still get into encounters on the desert terrain. Here we go. We're out. Like, you still get into encounters while you're sliding, as if you were taking normal steps. We might as well not heal up until... We one-shot those guys now. That's good. Equip shields. Not really that good. Compared to some of the stuff we can give to our friends. Run away. We don't need to tent, actually. Go. Then I think we just need to walk back. Yeah. That's the fastest way to get this to happen. Getting trapped, and then learning that Ferris was hiding her identity, in addition to a bunch of other stuff. These guys are putting the black chocobo back. Funnily enough, we're pretty close to them geographically. Pull the switch to open the gates. Get some shuriken and the mini spell, which I don't think we need, but I'll completion it up anyway. What? I thought I said yes. There we go. Free heal. Push the switch to open the door and put those guys over there. Our next enemy is going to be weak to electricity, so it should be a pretty breezy fight. And here we go. We have our airship here, which is great. That'll really get us going to get some good stuff happening. And that's it. Hard boss. Alright. So now that we have this, let's get Dark Spark if we can. We just need to wait for them to hit Lena. Not Bartz. Not Galef. Not Galef again. Not you. Not you. One of these days. This is some kind of luck. Okay, we might as well just finish the fight now. We're almost dead. It's not cheap, but it'll work. Might as well have everybody defend first. You just have to hit Lena once. There we go. I saw it. Thankfully they're frail, if you can hit them with magic. So that actually makes this a pretty good farming spot, even though it does cost a bit. I could try Era as well. Let's see. Nope, they absorb wind. So it's got to be Aqua Breath. Which is very expensive because it is big in AoE and stuff like that. I can use it one more time though. Dark Spark halves the level of enemies that are susceptible to it, which can be useful for death by math, as they call it. Okay. So we got a decent chunk of change. Let's head for Bart's hometown. They have half-price consumables there, so that'll be very nice for us. Also, we can use their inn for free and get some plot and background on Bart's, but, you know. It's nothing huge. They also have a lot of good stuff for ninjas around here, but we can't really take advantage of that. So yeah, the most important thing you can get for here for very cheap is ethers, but, you know. No Phoenix Downs here, unfortunately, but we can get more tents. Gold needles wouldn't be too bad either. Let's get up to 50 of all of these. Cap out on potions, and I don't think they sell any armor I care about. Yeah, no, just Green Beret and Ninja Suit. Well, I guess I can get another one. Instead of keeping them on the mage armor. Eh, speed is good. I feel like magic defense doesn't help that much, just considering... Considering the fact that you just really, how do we say this? You just die from magic, no matter what you do. Let's see. Now I could push my party to the 20s to get level 5 death now. I think I'll do that actually, just to get it out of the way. I think these guys would give the best bang for my buck in terms of encounters that I can kill pretty easily. And Galef missed out on quite a bit. Okay, so these guys, like, We could also pass blue on to other people so we don't have to always use Lena's MP pool, so we can wait for longer before needing to go heal. That's the adaptability of the job command system here. Okay, she's out. Give you blue for a second. We gotta get rid of that other mithril glove. Giving someone blue also gives them the magic of a blue mage, which is very handy. Gives them the MP of a blue mage too, but that's less useful when we're not getting it back for free, basically. Okay, you can do it now. Oh, now you hit Lena first. Okay, we should be pretty close now. Yeah, 2 more will do it. I guess I can do that too. Doesn't really matter, I guess. All these guys do is Dark Spark and annoying physicals. But I think defending is slightly faster. Oh. Never mind. We'll get it. We'll get it on our way. Let's go to the library. Where do you work out? And, Lena will be one of the ones hit, so we don't need to pass learning to anybody else. Let's get you back on two-handed. Heal up. What are you doing here, actually? Nope. It's more brainwashed and crazy stuff. Oh, we have no encounters in this room? Oh yeah, I guess it's only in the spots where it's like slightly darker. Okay. Alright, we have to actually get our level first, which will happen in just a few of these. Okay. We're all set and ready to go. No. Not a back attack. Okay, ready. Do it! Do it. Execute Order 66. Alright, we don't need to live for that. So that was a curiosity I had. Okay, that pushes it back. This place is confusing. If you want to backtrack, that is. Okay, how would I get this? Is it... Do I examine one of these? Do I move over here? Ah, move over there. You move over there. There's always a way. Okay, so that's level 5 death. That's probably one of the more important ones. Unfortunately, Mystic Knights can't confuse, so we can't get White Wind early, but that's okay. Alright, let's see here. Any other things I'm forgetting before we move on? Okay, no, nothing I'm forgetting, so we can just go forward with the plot. We're all healed, right? Yep. Alright, plot continues when we fly the airship back to the town. Now that's going to lift up, and we need to go back to our catapult to talk to Sid and Mid. Now we're going to go get adamantite to make our airship better so it can fly up to that giant fortress. And in order to get that, we need to go back to the meteor at the beginning of the game. On our way out, we'll get assaulted by a boss fight, but it won't be any problem for us. Because we just got a tool to deal with this guy. Who would normally be kind of tricky, but we're good. So the death of level 5 death ignores whether they're immune to it. If they're level 5, they will die. It does not matter. Which is great. It only wouldn't work on an undead enemy because death doesn't do anything to them. Alright. Let's go back to the catapult, get our airship powered up again. There's a lot of vehicle maintenance in this game now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, we're going to do that. And we have cannons to worry about. And a few more blue magic spells to learn, so I'm actually going to get learning on everybody. I think our coral swords will let us still do good enough damage to not really worry about suffering too much, shall we say. Oh yeah, we lost our Elven Mantle again, huh? You know what? Screw it. Is there a way to just throw stuff away in this game? Or do I have to sell it? Is there like a trash at the bottom? No. It's not this game, huh? Okay. I'm gonna have to get rid of that later then. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll just sell it now while I'm thinking about it, or I'm gonna forget again. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah. We're actually going to have a really easy time with the next boss, which is normally very annoying for most parties. So, I'm happy about that for sure. Okay, so these guys use Flamethrower. That's a blue magic spell. So now we have it. Alright, I forgot that our blue mage doesn't need to drop two-handed, so that's good. Let's get you both up to like 500 or so. We need to make sure we run into the other enemy encounter here. Rocket launchers. There we go. Let's kill one, and wait for the other one to use missile. There it is. Missile does percentage-based damage. Can be handy. I really wish it wouldn't reset your equipment every single time you changed your abilities like this. Like, I get why, because you need to wear something different, especially if you're literally changing job classes. But if you're just changing your passive without changing your job class, you can probably just make that decision on your own, you know? Alright. Now let's kill the rest of these. Much easier now that everybody's two-handed. Oh. I didn't realize you were going to die from that. We should get more Phoenix Downs, maybe. I guess you do have less health than everybody else. And I probably also forgot to heal you up after the missile. That's probably the real culprit. Alright. So now we gotta take out the cannon. So since we have our coral swords, we'll just attack it raw. And our blue mage will use level 5 def to get rid of its launchers in the back. Which is very nice, otherwise they spam like rocket punches that have your HP and like confuse you and annoying stuff like that. Or no, they don't confuse you. They inflict ult, which makes your level go down steadily, which will really impact your ability to do damage. Otherwise, thanks to our coral swords, we will have absolutely no trouble taking this guy out before he does his wave cannon. Easy stuff. And more high potions, which will maybe come in handy on a pinch. But before we continue, let's rest up at the inn. Good night and sweet dreams indeed. And let's get, like, let's get 10 Phoenix Downs total. We'll get more gil on our way. We should have no trouble with the random encounters. The flamethrower is pretty good because it's about as strong as Fyra, so a blue mage can actually take advantage of a flame rod to deal good damage with that. Probably not as good damage as just whacking things upside the head with two-handed, but it's an option. This is a meaty dungeon. But it's got some good stuff, especially for heavy armor people like Knights and Mystic Knights, including golden armor, which I will throw onto our proper knight here, I believe. There's also lots of secret passages around here, which if you had a thief would be easy to see, but since I don't, I'll just have to use the hints of the terrain to get me through instead. Enchanted Fan could teach you White Wind if you confused it to use it on your own party, but we don't have a way to do that, unfortunately. Oh yeah, go this way. Not a problem. Only one ability point for that, though. Where's the Kernex? Yep. Sick miss there. You know what? Let's see if this works on any of these guys. Just for fun. No. Fair enough. This is where the random encounters start getting kind of troubling. But we'll be okay. Golden shield, although we're not having shields on anybody right now. It's weird that those fans are so easy to hit compared to the knights. Would think that the knights would be a little less dodgy. How's our health? We could let's do one more encounter and then tent up at the save point up there. Especially if it's going to use air on the entire party. That doesn't help. Lamias are not that much trouble. If you had a thief, you could steal tiara from them. That would be good for a dancer, but we don't have either of those, so it's not worth worrying about for now. Oop. Eye potion. Oh, here's where we get the good stuff. 5,000 gil, shuriken, ancient sword, moonring blade, and power armlets. Now, do we have anyone that can actually use that power armlet? A blue mage could. Oh, yeah. Heavy armor people can't use the power armlet, despite them being some of the people that might benefit the most from it. But yeah, that's a good buff. So we'll put the Elven Mance on someone else. We also have got the Ancient Sword, more powerful, and it can inflict old sometimes. So I think I'll give that to Bartz because he has the most strength. And we can use that hole to go down a little faster. That's why I was walking kind of weird over there, to avoid the hole before we got all the treasure. Alright. Yeah, just palm slam swords into faces of enemies. That'll work just fine. We'll top off our health a bit with potions. Ooh, an encounter right before the speed trap. That's nice. This hole is just kind of here. You can fall in it. Oh, those guys are weak to lightning? Cool. Works for me. Oops, Spellblade level 4. Don't quite need that. I guess I could have been switching people around now that they have that, but I guess I'll wait on when we get our next job before doing any switching. Especially because it would just be a lot of management, which I don't really feel like doing right now. That's just a save point. We'll be okay. Let's grab the last of the treasures before maybe taking advantage of that. Cottage. Ether. Oh, nope, I guess that's it. We'll probably be okay, but I might as well just top everybody off. We did lose a little MP from wasting that level 5 death, so... Speaking of level 5 death, we're about to really abuse somebody. Hmm. We could learn another blue magic spell here, actually. So maybe we'll have some fun with that. I guess I should get to a place closer to the 10th spot first. Actually, okay, yeah, we're all 20. That's good. That's what we want. Oh, is this the guy? Hold on. Okay, yeah, this is the guy. Cool. See if it uses the spell on me. Or it could just keep slapping Ferris around. That works too. That's fine. Well, kinda. We'll get you back to 400 something. Yeah, I don't really have anything that would help here, so... that's not good. Yep. What do you know? Still not good. Is it? Yeah, this isn't really worth it, but I'm doing it for fun. Maybe I could get Dark Spark on him to reduce his damage a bit. Oh, he's undead! Okay. Doesn't look undead. Maybe I need to get a... Oh, he absorbs lightning too. Fantastic. We gotta get him a little lower. There's my Mithril Swords. Deathclaw? That works. Okay. Now we just need to wait for him to not be paralyzed, and then maybe he'll do the thing. I'll use a high potion, it's fine. We didn't gain a level, did we? Oops. Let me see. If he's not using it this much, maybe we did get to 21. Oh, nope, he uses it on death, I guess. Okay, so now that I know that, let's Phoenix down you and have Bartz do that so we don't all miss out on that. If I had known that, I wouldn't have waited so much. See, a level 4 Graviga, which, not that great, but... Especially when you can kill someone instantly, why would you want to reduce them to 25% HP instead? The other thing about that is that, unlike the other math spells, it doesn't ignore immunity to that. Okay. I've done this before, but it's always fun, so let's get everybody on blue magic so that we can tear this guy apart piece by piece. That badam Clapperclaw. So let's start with just spamming Era. Probably should have put ourselves in the back row. That's okay. Okay, I think it died. Well, it doesn't look like it died, but it died. Let's see, we want to get Death Claws going. There we go. Still have our well, not right now. So slap that once. That should have killed it. Now we Dark Spark. Have the level. Dark Spark. Have the level again. Level 5 Death. He's still alive, technically. Death Claw. Slap, and then level 5 Death after that. And, oh, alright. I got my last job. Okay. Let's see. So before we move on, let's strip Galuf naked. Hey, it's the granddaughter. Good to see ya. Alright, our big bad evil guy X-Death is now alive, and he's way too strong for us right now. Crystal's already broken, but we get some new jobs. Samurai, Dragoon, Dancer, and Chemist. None of which we're going to use. We have been saddled with our good friend... where did I put it? Monk. So yep, all water and wind jobs as potentially advertised, which makes sense. Alright. So yeah, Galuf left to deal with X-Death. We gotta chase him down. Since we have only 3 people right now, there's no real need to put Monk in the party. We'll just do that when Galuf gets back. And I'll have to think about how I want to build that to have the greatest amount of use. Because a Monk can't do two-handed, it can't use weapons. It could equip a weapon if I gave it a weapon passive, but it probably would rather not do that. It has really high strength, though, but I won't be able to two-hand and have a equip weapon passive at the same time. So probably what the best thing for a monk to do is just to become a full-time blue mage, with blue as a passive, or as a secondary, rather, and just be my dedicated spellcaster guy. Just like a blue mage with a lot of HP. And that'll probably be the best I can do with this party. I don't think Fists can spell Blade. That would be funny, but I don't believe that's possible. So yeah, I'll think about it. We got 21 just in time. So yeah, I'll arrange my setup and get myself as prepared as possible for World 2. But until then, I've been Alksprit. I hope you all have enjoyed the stream. We'll be back again with more of this on next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, thereabouts. For now, enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll see y'all then, hopefully. Bye-bye.